What it do, Dream Team? It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with the German school system. Meet the Germans. I'm intrigued. I feel like I know a little bit, just a little tad about the German school system, but I don't know much. I'm hoping this tad turns into like this much by the end of it. Cause it's a 7-minute video. I definitely understand that I won't understand it that well, but just turn this into this. Before we jump in, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. You don't subscribe to any of that? Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. And I'm human. I talk back. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Oh my God!
Ready for your first day of school in Germany? For me, this is a Schultüte, a giant homemade or shop-bought cone filled with cool stationery, sweets and other goodies that young kids get on their first day of school in Germany.
Really?
The German school day traditionally runs from around 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. But
8 to 1? Beautiful. Incredible. Why was I in school from 8 to like 3:15 when I could have been done at 1? We got a problem here. I like that, Germany. US. Why'd y'all make me suffer?
the German school day traditionally runs from around 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. But things are changing and many schools are now offering full days, which might include time for homework or extracurricular activities. This also means more schools are offering warm lunchtime meals in a school canteen. The reputation for school food isn't great, which might be why some pupils opt for a packed lunch or eat at home. A big difference from my school days in the UK is no school uniform. And there are restrictions on homework at the weekends. Was magst du an?
Restrictions on homeworks on the... Bro, Germany, y'all just doing it right. Like I don't know what else to say other than y'all are just doing it right. Like, school, this is how school should be. 8 to 1. But offering full days, you can offer them for extracurricular activities or just to get homework done. But no uniforms. But I had to wear uniform. But my school changed back to no uniforms when I left. I was pretty heated because they wouldn't change back when I leave. We're not gonna go into that rant. But then, dang, and no homework on the weekends, which is incredibly dope, bro. Like,
No school uniform. And there are
like
restrictions on homework at the weekends. Was magst du an der Schule?
Ich mag, dass sie so groß ist.
Dass Mädchen und Jungs gemischt sind.
Dass ich meine Freunde immer sehe.
Mein Lieblingsfach ist Bio, weil ich Tiere sehr mag. Ich mag gerne den Schulhof, wenn man dann halt nicht so gut in der Schule ist, dass man dann halt umsonst Nachhilfe bekommt.
Dass die Lehrer auch sehr, sehr nett sind.
The marking system goes from 1 to 6, with 1 being the best. Although in the last few years of some secondary schools, 15 is the best. Essentially a 1+. Which means you could technically end up with a very German 0.67 grade average. If you get a 5 in 2 or more subjects, you might have to repeat the year. Wie ist es ständig?
So the lower your score is, the better on that scale. On that scale, the lower, the better. You get a 5, that means you're failing. You're not doing good. But I like those kids. And they say American kids kind of get the same answers. You heard the kids say, "Why do you like the German school?" Or "Why do you like school?" Because it's big. My favorite subject's biology. I get to see all my friends. The boys and the girls go to school together. I like the playground. Stuff like that you'd expect kids to say.
If you get a 5 in 2 or more subjects, you might have to repeat the year. Wie ist es ständig Noten zu bekommen?
Das hängt immer von der Note ab.
Ich freue mich auch, wenn ich Noten bekomme.
Gut, weil man dann ja sehen kann, wie gut oder schlecht man ist oder ob man sich noch besser anstrengen sollte.
Andererseits finde ich es auch nicht so gut, wenn es schlechte Noten gibt, dass dann die Kinder direkt traurig sind. Eigentlich ganz gut, weil es so ein Feedback ist.
Manchmal ein bisschen blöd, weil man sich halt jedes Mal anstrengen muss. Ich fände es schön, wenn man sozusagen weiß, an welchen Tagen man sich besonders anstrengen müsste.
I love her answer. She said, I think the question was, how do you like the marking system or something like, and she said sometimes it's a bit annoying because you gotta try hard all the time. It'll be nice to know which days you're gonna have to put a little more effort in. That's life. Like that's life. You gotta try hard all the time. It would be nice to know which days you need to put a little more effort in. That's an answer to life. But I love it. But you hear the kids saying that most kids saying they actually like it just because you get to have feedback, see how good you are at things, see how bad you are, what you need to work on, that feedback, which is dope, right? So I love
Ich
this.
fände es schön, wenn man sozusagen weiß, an welchen Tagen man sich besonders anstrengen müsste.
The most common foreign languages to learn are English, French, and Latin. Yep, Latin. Dant etiam positis additum convivia mensis. One thing that really bugs me is that in German schools, an hour is not necessarily an hour. Classes are split up into Stunden, literally hours. Sometimes you might have a Doppelstunde, literally double hour. But one classic school hour is only 45 minutes long.
Okay.
Interestingly, competitive sport between schools isn't a big thing. Most people play sports in organisations outside of school. Okay, the next bit will require all your brain power. The German school system is complicated. Education is the responsibility of the state governments, so there are many differences across the country. Municipalities and individual schools also take some decisions. This allows for more freedom, but it also means that a lot of work gets done many times over. So this is roughly what the system looks like. Primary or elementary school is called Grundschule, and in most states that runs from grades 1 to 4. At the secondary level, the traditional model is a 3-tier system. At a Hauptschule, pupils aim to get their Hauptschulabschluss in grade 9 or 10, and then go on to a vocational college and/or an apprenticeship. The middle stream is Realschule, where pupils aim to get their Realschulabschluss in grade 10. They then might do an apprenticeship and vocational training, but for more technical trades, or they might go on to the next type of school. That's a gymnasium, the more academic route, where pupils take their Abitur exams after the 12th or 13th grade and often go on to university. That's the most popular type of school. Gesamtschulen are comprehensive schools combining the traditional streams and qualifications. They were introduced in the 1960s as an alternative to the 3-tier model, but they weren't universally welcomed. Some states rejected the concept altogether. There has long been criticism of Förderschulen, where pupils with special needs are separated from mainstream schooling, and the majority of them don't end up graduating. But some states have taken huge steps towards inclusion in recent years. You might also hear other names like Oberschule, Mittelschule, Gemeinschaftsschule, or Stadtteilschule. These are different names for or combinations of the other types of schools, and they might mean different things in different states. And this
this the simplistic
is
version.
the simplistic version. Primary school.
Nah. Yeah, see, this is something you can't learn in 7 minutes. This is something I need like a whole presentation. I need everything presented to me. Every single point, every single bullet point. You can't just go over it like that. When she said you need your brain power, she wasn't playing. I was like, there's just so many different types of schools. So, and the different like apprenticeship and all of that, or like it's like you can choose what route you want to go. You don't have to go down a certain route. You can go down different routes. I really like that. But as for me, as America, it's basically like one route from grade 1 through 10 and K through 12, and then you go off to college if you want to, or do whatever after that. It's starting to become more. I'm starting to see more trades come into the high schools from grades 9 through 12, where you can learn a trade in school, and I absolutely love that. At least at my school, we really didn't have it when I was in school, but I'm starting to see more of that, and I think that's an incredible. And so I think Germany has an incredible way of doing things. But sheesh, yeah, that's very confusing. I need a whole bullet point presentation, but I love it.
Different things in different states. And this is the simplistic version. Primary school teachers will provide a recommendation for which kind of secondary school each child should go to. In a few states, this recommendation is binding, but in most states, parents have the final say. There is also some flexibility to move between the streams at certain points, but still, some people argue the system is elitist and separates kids too early on. Fewer than 10% of pupils in Germany attend private schools, but the number is growing, with the highest percentage in eastern states. Private schools might be run by religious denominations or follow particular educational principles like at Waldorf or Jenaplan schools. Homeschooling is illegal in Germany because children are seen to have a right to both a good education and socialization. The PISA
Socialization is definitely important. Definitely important.
Because children are seen to have a right to both a good education and socialization. The PISA report evaluates education systems around the world. The most recent report shows Germany performing above average in reading, maths, and science, but seriously underperforming when it comes to equal opportunities for children from different social backgrounds. And another area where Germany performed embarrassingly badly? Digitalization. In the comparison of digital training for teachers, Germany came 76th out of 78 countries. The country's digital woes were clearly exposed once COVID-19 came along. Not enough students had access to digital devices. Online learning platforms were inadequate or non-existent. Some schools didn't even have Wi-Fi.
Really?
Money has been promised to the tune of €5 billion by 2024, which will go towards dedicated IT administrators and an improved stock of computers and tablets. Some schools are already feeling the effects. Even in the
that'll definitely help. I feel like COVID put a lot of things into realization for schools, businesses, everything. If you didn't have an online system set up, it was gonna be tough. I know when I was in high school, we started getting iPads when we went to school. At this point, they get laptops. Like all the students get laptops and everything. And you got the Zoom. And so it wasn't too hard to adapt to. It did take a little time, but it wasn't too hard to adapt to. But I could like with kids not having the proper digital products, I guess that's how you would say it, or Wi-Fi. I could see how that would be a big struggle, especially when COVID hit. But it sounds like they learned from it and they we're gonna fix this problem. We're gonna jump on top of it.
Computers and tablets. Some schools are already feeling the effects. Even in the analog realm, how well equipped and maintained schools are varies a great deal. Some have modern classrooms, libraries and sports facilities, while others have gross toilets, shabby classrooms and missing equipment. School facilities are paid for by the local municipality, and some of them are simply broke. Federal or regional support often doesn't make it to the schools because of another one of Germany's perennial problems, cumbersome bureaucracy. Was ist nicht so gut an der Schule?
Die Mensas wegen dem Essen, das ist nicht gut. Und die Schulklos, weil die stinken sehr.
Dass es so wenige Spielgeräte gibt.
Ich hätte gerne im Sportunterricht ein paar neuere Geräte.
Manchmal werden, finde ich, Mädchen bevorzugt.
Dass es wenig Bäume auf dem
That's life, my young fella. That's life, my young fella. That's not a school lesson. That's a life lesson. It's better that you're learning it early. I said, well, don't you like about the schools? And then you had some people saying the food's no good, the toilets stink. One girl wanted more of a sports apparatus. And my guy said, sometimes I feel like the girls are favored. You're gonna learn that's life. And then not enough equipment on the playground, a lot of different things.
Manchmal werden, finde ich, Mädchen bevorzugt.
Dass es wenig Bäume auf dem Schulhof gibt.
Wir haben sehr schlechtes WLAN hier. Wenn Kinder in Quarantäne sind zum Beispiel, dann stürzt es immer ab und dann können die nicht am Unterricht teilnehmen.
Ich würde mal den Schulhof putzen und die Toiletten mal erneuern.
We started the episode on our first day of school, so let's end on our last. Particularly at gymnasium schools, graduation celebrations after the Abitur exams have become a rite of passage. The Abi-Streich is when pupils take over the school on their last day, planning pranks like covering the school in toilet roll. There's an Abi-Ball, a bit like a prom, and an Abi-Motto, a motto or pun for the year. And to round it all off, there's the Abi-Fahrt, where school leavers go on a trip together. The more cheap and touristy, the better.
Hey! That's so dope! I love it. It seems really cool. Shout out German schools. I love the trip that they all take, the school pranks. You gotta have what we would call senior pranks. You got the prom, or I forgot what they called it, or I probably can't pronounce it even if I remembered it. But German schools seem pretty cool. It seems like I see a lot of similarities between the U.S. as well as plenty of differences. But that's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon, all up top. You want to subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.